All right, I think we're live. Let me see if I can follow the chat in here. There we go. Kim, hello, welcome. We're going to do a bit of a build today. So I'm going to install a few things just to get them out of the way so I can envision it the way I know it's going to go. All right. This is called a 19-inch rack because it fits 19-inch components across here. And the rack comes pre-drilled with screws and holes for screws. So I can just attach all the equipment that's designed to fit in the rack by just holding up the metal plate that has the screw holes and screwing it into the existing holes. So this is what I showed you before earlier today. This is a very, very quiet fan. It has to be quiet because we're producing video here. We don't want to be doing anything distracting from the audio or making loud noises for the video. So I'm going to hold that right there. And with my third hand, I'm just kidding. Let's see, hang on. I have to put these little plastic washers on. They protect the faceplate and it also holds the screw tight. So let me get those washers ready now. That'll be easy. And I think it's not recommended to use one of these power drills because they're too fast, especially a hammer drill like this one. But it's all I got, so I'm using what I got. So, fun fact, I'm missing the right cord for this. This power cord doesn't fit in the available slot. So I have to get a little pigtail. It'll arrive tomorrow. So that this can't be turned on until tomorrow. But let's see, put one screw in right there. One over here. This is probably the cheapest component in this entire rack. This little fan. It's definitely the smallest. But it could save all the equipment in here because if it gets too hot, it's toast. It's garbage. So paperweight. And I don't want that to happen. So this will be able to monitor the temperature, and if it gets too hot, it will run the fan at some very quiet speeds as well. If you wonder why it's so quiet in the house, it's because Mrs. R.A. has taken the kids and they've gone to the library. All right, so the fan's going to go right there. Next, we've got a couple other components. I think I'm going to have at least one of these racks. I have a USB plug over there that I need. So far, I've got two USB plugs plugged in here and two HDMI plugs. I think I'm going to put a third. This is where I do a lot of thinking out loud. I've got two more potential USB plugs I could use. Well, they're not just potential. I've got two more I could install, but I don't need four. I do need three. So we'll hold that for just a second right here. Let me see what else we have. Let's do these ones. I'm not Tim the Tool Man. This is my only tool is what I have. All right, these nifty little devices It's just an extension cord adapter, so it has a what's like a large headphone plug, the big 1/4 inch thick one on one side, and the XLR input. You know it's an input because it has the holes. If it had the prongs sticking out, that would be the output. But it just goes like that, sort of cheap on the back. But I want these to plug into the switcher, and I'm going to do right on top and left on the bottom, 1 and 2. So that switches back here. There's one. Oh, have to undo it. It has to go through this hole, then plug in. There's one. Now the other, so I can get 2 channels of audio. It might be a right and a left channel. It might be like a camera audio and a microphone, and a separate microphone audio. Depends how ports are set up. And I once again skipped the first step. It's going to go right here. All right. So now we need to attach these into this faceplate. I like them all oriented the same direction, so I think we're going to make it look like this. So now we need some little tiny screws. This little bag. They're teeny. And the worst part is they're like little tiny nuts on the back that I have to find. So I think a little screwdriver with a magnet on it would be really useful about now, but I do not have one. So the screws in place. Let's see if we can get this little tiny nut on. This one, it really helps to have tiny hands, which I also don't have. Got it. So that's in place. Let's do the other one before we tighten it down. My brother has one of those and he swears by them. What are we building? Credence and Micah, we're building, this is a 4K mobile streaming rig that can take 20 simultaneous cameras, and it's designed for to be able to go into courts and on location. I can even run this off of a battery if I want to run it off my Jackery. I can run it for 4 or 5 hours and running it through my cell phone or my bonded cellular encoder, my LiveView, and I could stream. You know, if we have to go on location to do something, I can stream from there. Hang on. Okay. Almost done. Okay, so now we've got input number 1 for audio in place, and it's locked down. Let's do the second one. This setup is what I've been dreaming of since I first started doing video production. And that was when I was in college, working off an old, what was it? It was a software-based switcher. The name escapes me right now. It was pretty cool, but I didn't like it being software-based because it kept having like Windows problems. You get like a Windows error in the middle of your live stream. And of course it crashes and you lose everything. And so I thought, I don't want errors. And the best way to not have errors is to have equipment that's dedicated to what you're doing. I have nothing against PCs. As a matter of fact, I have a really nice PC and I love it. But the PC is not the best way to live stream video, to encode video. It takes a ton of processing power, takes a ton of memory, and if the wrong software decides it needs to update right then, or you have a little bug in the system somehow, it can take down your live stream. So the way I run my studio right now, as well as the way this is going to run, it doesn't need a computer. It can completely stand alone, and I could stream to Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, any location I choose, without having a laptop or a PC tied to to be the streaming computer. Okay, I got the screws in. Just tighten them down. There's one. There's two. These particular racks, these through holes, there are 12 of them on this rack. It's called a Type D. And they're designed so I can screw it in on one side, and if I have to unscrew it, I can open one side and swing it open without taking it all the way off. So that's going to be my audio input right there. Now let's decide what we want over here. Let's see. Things I have over there are reference out. I don't need a reference out. I'm not going to use that. Maybe a... Okay. Let's see what we have. I need some Ethernet ports. These are some nice internet ports that'll attach to that same rack. I do need a couple of those. One of them is going to be for if I wanted to plug in an internet cable. Let's see where it's at. They're way over there. If I wanted to plug in an internet cable, say, oh, here's one. It would be much longer than this. But if I had my home internet or the internet cable for the location I'm on, I wanted to plug in internet to this box so it would be connected to the internet directly, I'd plug it in right here. And then internally, I would plug in another cable on the other side, and it would go into my switcher and everything else, which is right down here. You can't see it right now. That would give me the input, but I also need to have a connection on the outside of this because I have a couple devices that require power over Ethernet. That means that the whole way they turn on is through one of these cords. So this would be the power cord as well as the way I communicate with it. And I do have, let's see, these two trays right here provide most of my internet. This box on this side, this is just power. But on this side, this is a network switch, a Netgear network switch. It can do 230 watts of power at once. And this is a router, which is fun fact. I think this router just became banned like in the last week or two. You can't buy them anymore. Well, I guess you can, but they can't make any new ones because it was made overseas. But this router gives everything an IP address. It's basically like it tells everything how to find everything else on the system, but it gets powered through that. So these are going to sit together like this in here, like that. And above them, we're going to have all these different ports. So let's get our ports set up. If I do on the top, I've got right now, so already I've got 2 audio ports for audio in. I've got 2 USB ports. These are going to be, one is going to be for an external storage drive. If, say, like a customer has a hard drive they want to record the program to, I can plug it in and record that. One is going to be to control everything in here. Well, actually, that's going to be internet. Let's see. They're both going to be outs. These are going to be HDMI in and HDMI out for a couple things. I'll get to those in a minute. Let's put this in place just to visualize it. I know it's not done, but I think we're gonna do. Yeah, let's put these on first. Sorry, I'm getting lost in how I want to do this. So let's get a couple internet plugs going. HDMI, another USB, 2, 3. So I'm looking inside the back of the box to see what I need to connect and where. Switcher, encoder. I need one for the hyperdeck and maybe another plug. I think another plug in case I want to connect to the monitors, my dual 8-inch monitors, and reconfigure how they're set up. Let's plug in. I'm torn. $5. He's going to screw it. I'm going to screw it. Yes, I'll screw it. All right, these ones are USB like that on both sides, and they come with one of these cool little rubber covers. You just slide over the top like that, and it will screw right through it. You can see it has holes, and that protects that from any dust or water or moisture or anything getting in, bugs or something. For heaven forbid, bugs. So we're going to put one of these on this side for the external storage drive. That's going to be this side. So web feed. That's going to be a 4K web feed. This will be the 1080 web feed. This is going to be storage. Okay, I'm with it. I figured it out in my head at least. I'll probably design this like 6 different times and change it over and over. When we hear there's a big boom, no, none of this can blow up. This is all very, very tame stuff. These famous last words. I hope none of this blows up. Okay. Yeah, that was too easy. That didn't work. So for those of you who like sewing, this is the equivalent of threading a needle behind your back. Oh, man. But when you do get it right, it's like poking yourself with the needle. I'm not able to follow the jokes. What are you guys joking about? For every joke I make, there's 5 I don't. I've had a couple people question my pricing when I give them how much I charge for doing live streams and things like that at venues, and they're surprised at the fact that I charge. I could charge $1,500 for 3 hours, and I think that's a deal. It's not that I just think I'm always worth $500 an hour, but they're getting a lot for what they're paying. And it's not just getting the use of some equipment, because honestly, a lot of people could buy a lot of this equipment and do it themselves for a lot cheaper than I charge them. But what they're getting is the know-how of how to run it and the years of experience in what to do if something goes wrong. so good stuff. All right, so we've got three USBs. Now we need some. Why do I have so many USBs? Did I order extras? I've got 2 more that I don't need. Okay. I don't know why I ordered so many. Maybe I can put some on my audio box. All right, so now we're going to do some Ethernet cables. We need internet in. I want it to be sort of over by itself so I know that it's the in spot. So if I did it over here, I like that because then, yeah, this just makes sense. This is the right spot. All right, where's my screws for that one? Anybody? Anybody? I don't know where the bag went. All these come with their own screws, but I lose them. Seems to go in the same playlist as the full stream. I think I joked about it when that happened with the telephone pole installation, but those guys were sort of a hoot. They were sort of funny talking with them. And it would be fun to just follow a team like that around and just film them for their day and just live stream. It's just you're watching the telephone lineman work. And I think that would be a great channel. This one does not want to screw in. That's a problem. Let's see. See if we can force it. There we go. When in doubt, use a bigger hammer. Seems to be the... Oh, that didn't work at all, actually. Let's try that again. Huh. The problem is this plate and the rubber pad are just too thick, and the screw's not long enough. So we're going to need to find some hardware that is long enough. They're all too short. Too short. The ones that are long enough are the ones I used on this part right here. These screws are pretty long on the backside. They would be long enough for what I need here. So I have to take them off, undo it all. There's one. All right. There's two. All right, I'll show you the difference here. The black screw is significantly maybe a quarter inch longer than the silver screw. So I can't show it very well without it rolling off my hand. That'll help. I am building some tech. I'll show you the other side here. Actually, that might be more interesting. Let's unplug these. Turn this guy around. So this is what I'm building. This is the front side. Front side, the rack's already full. And I can just turn it on like that. Okay. So here's our live streaming. This is a switcher up on top. Here's the monitors, 2 8-inch monitors. We have HyperDeck for recording and a web streaming encoder for 4K and a power supply on the bottom. So this particular one right on the top, it has 20 connections in for video. Let me loop this one back so it doesn't flash for you guys. It has 20 connections in, 12 connections out, and that's just for video. So that alone is 32 connections just for video, and then it has a bunch of other ones that I'm going to use: internet, USB, these audio connectors, and everything else. So this view that you're looking, that is my kitchen sink with a dirty kitchen window. But what type of 90s tech is this, Lindsay? Lindsay, this is cutting edge. This is 4K. You've never seen a courtroom 4K stream before. I'm going to be probably the first person to do it, I think. All right. So we're just installing this one, right? There's one. That was too easy. That just went right on. It's not supposed to work that well. Let's try the other side. So you know when it's too easy, you're like, I must have done something wrong. How is it working when it looks like the other half is still in the packaging on your counter? Okay, Katrina. This top piece, the switcher up on the top with the 20 different buttons, all the different channels. This piece, as long as you power it in, you power it up with one cord, and you put one camera in, that's all it needs to start running. So it's plugged in, but it doesn't have all the features activated, and I can't switch to cameras that aren't there yet because I haven't plugged everything in. So I've just plugged in the bare necessities to turn it on, to show the pictures in the viewfinder, to record, and to live stream. There's just a lot more that I'm going to activate and have options to do. So if I show up at a court and there are like 3 cameras, or we have a web camera or something from like the defense table, or an Elmo that we need to plug in, this is going to allow me to plug the Elmo in, and then I could take the Elmo as a full screen video. So that's what we're doing here. Okay, so this right here is going to be our internet in. Then we have a USB plug that can be for either high definition webcam out or cell phone connectivity, so I can stream using the internet from my cell phone. The next one is going to be for, I forget what that one was for, but it's important. And then we have a couple sources, HDMI in and out. So first 5 on that side are done. Cover these up to protect them. "4K, now we can all see the boogers in the defendant's nose." Yes, that's the idea. It's going to be the booger cam. The thing I'm excited about for 4K isn't that You know, we can see every pore on somebody's skin or facial blemishes, you know, because we all got those. What I'm excited about is we would be able to zoom in and still have it be HD. So if there's something that did happen in court with a 4K picture, if this were 4K, you could zoom into 1/4 of the screen and still have it be 1080p. I think this box needs a name like Ralph, Trevor, or something. Teresa, what would we name it? It's definitely video focused. Regear, name it Regear. Let's see. All right, it's 2 more here. Man, this is such a tight space here. This is when that magnet would be useful. I'm just going to slide this over this way, like that, and then try to put the screw in. I think I might have just found the secret. Yep, I did. Okay, that's the secret. That hurts. I'm going to break all my fingernails doing this. They're still not completely tight. Look at this. I can't quite tighten them down as much as I want. See how this one just wiggles a little bit? That's bad. I need it to really be cinched in there so that there's no play in there. Because where it wiggles and jiggles, it can break. All right, what else do we have? We have only 2 of about our 50 that we need of our cables for video. Oh, and they just threw everything in here loose. That's terrible. You're going to be right here. So this is what a video connector looks like on the outside. And we're going to use these cords to connect to that. The cord fits in the socket and it twists and locks into place so it can't come out. That's important because if somebody trips on the cord, you don't want it to unplug everything. HDMI, if you pull on HDMI, it just comes out. It falls. This is much safer. We're going to put these switches on the second rack. I think all our video ports are going to be on that side. So let's see. We're going to have inputs and outputs. I do want covers on these as well. This one's not made quite as well. This little rubber grommet on the back, it just flops around there freely. So it's hard to line everything up. Pretty floppy. For those of you that do some live streaming on your own, all this equipment is basically used in place of OBS. So OBS can do all this. It can record, it can handle multiple different inputs and layouts. You can switch between different scenes, and it can even push to the internet. But it's just not the same when your computer's working on it and doing it. The computer's overheating, and it gets laggy if you're trying to use it for something else. So I don't use OBS or computers to do my live stream. We'll pretend that you know what OBS is. It's a broadcasting software, open broadcast software. It's free. That's always good. So you can use it without paying anybody. Okay, we got the 2 screws in place. Now we just need to get the whole thing mounted onto the plate here. Okay, we're going to do the trick we did last time. Worked. It's pretty nice. Just got a notification that my wife's order at Walmart is ready for pickup. So she's getting food. For those of you who don't know, we need to take you on one of our family Walmart runs, not walnut. When we buy food, it looks like we're preparing for the end of the world, right? Because we buy a lot of it. And now that our family's a little bit smaller, it does all fit in one cart. Sometimes we would go shopping and require 2 carts for everything. But that's good. That's good. Looks good, right? I think so. But still, when we go shopping nowadays, we'll often get comments about if we're buying for a food bank or what company we're with. And really, it's just us buying for our family. But, contour the murder aisle. Yes. Okay. Now I'm missing a couple. Oh, here they are. Sorry, I can't talk and focus at the same time here. Ouch. This is not working. It worked flawlessly last time, and now I'm on the struggle bus. Need to respond to my wife. Texting her on the iPad so that it doesn't mess up the live stream. Adam, how are you doing? I need to get Adam a new job that doesn't require him to work during the day. We miss you, man. Okay, everything is falling apart. Everything fell off. Nothing is working here. I am on number 2 of 32 of these, which I'm not excited about. But you guys are making naughty jokes. I just peeked. I just peeked. Okay. We're halfway there. Let's try this again. Just have to balance a little tiny piece of metal on the tip of my finger, hold it in place while I then smash my finger with another piece of metal and simultaneously hit it with the screw gun from a third angle. Like a charm. First time. Nice. Worked. That's the secret. I'm pretty sure there's a tool I could use, like a little socket that I could put on the end of these that would fix everything. And I might even have one of them. I just don't know where it would be or how to use it. I have to see if I can find that. This is getting a little frustrating. Okay. There we go. Now I know why they charge so much for these pre-built kits. It's the guy who spent 6 hours trying to screw the thing together. That one worked. All right, so we got 2 in. 10 more to go on this rack. We'll cover them up. Let's see what else we want to do on this one. Got 4 more available ports. And what do I have that I can put in there? We have more USB-Cs, but I just don't need them at all. So let's set those aside. I'll probably send those back. Oh, what else? Well, spin this around. Probably need to unplug it first. See how this build's going to go. All right, we have our fan in, but I do need to install the thermometer for the fan. That has to go in there somewhere. Maybe I can do that right now. Kit's right here. Let's move everything else out of the way for a moment. So the cable's way too long. See what parts they give us to mount this. It'd be fun to see what would happen with the plug-in. There's actually nothing in here that would really hurt me. There's no way to shock yourself on any of these connections. So it's actually pretty safe to work on. Oh, okay, here's what we've got. Look at this. We've got this, this is a little adhesive sticky back slotted piece of plastic. And this is key. We're going to need that. What we're going to do is we're going to take that, we're going to stick it somewhere inside this rack. And then we're going to use a zip tie to go through the slot like that. See how it's threaded through like a needle and thread. And then we can put that around our temperature sensor and zip it closed, and we can stick that anywhere we need. We want the temperature sensor to be at the top of the rack because that's where the heat's going to be, where it's the hottest. Can we call it Middleton? Middleton, huh? What do you think that went over? Let me cinch this down first. Make sure I don't do it wrong. Some cool ASMR. Pull that nice and tight. Now, I don't like these little plastic pieces sticking out all over the place. So I use these little snips, really sharp. It's actually used for 3D printing, but I can just clip that off and done. Now it's nice and low profile. It's not going to cut me. I need to find a spot to put this now. The cord's too long, so I probably am going to take the middle part of the cord and just wrap it up a bit. Let's see, where's the sensor here? Just take the middle. Take the middle like that, like so, and just, I can either zip tie it or I can just put a twisty on. I'll use a twisty for now. Keep that nice and together. Hey, Burns, what are we doing? We're building our 4K video streaming kits, which I'm extremely excited about. Okay, so that's going to be together. Now when I plug it in, it's not going to, it'll just be everywhere. Now that I've zip tied this and ruined it, I probably should have zip tied this all together so it all stayed up on the top instead of this. Jim Bob, yes, this is network capable. As a matter of fact, it already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ethernet ports on the devices that are in there. Plus, I'm adding a 3-port router, 2 LAN, 1 WAN, and an 8-port powered Ethernet switch to this as well. So there will be a lot of internet in here. All the internet we can fit. This can go right on the top. Probably going to have it out of the way, like over here on the side. That sound good? Okay, let's twist this together here. The twisty will help. There we go. All right, now it's just going to be like that. A little bit cooler. Let's find this little foam piece, take it off. Guess I get one shot at this. All right. So So that's in place. Now I'm going to find the plug on the back of the AC Infinity exhaust fan. This is like threading a needle behind your back once again. That's not it. There are 3 plugs back there, and they're all different sizes. Okay. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to just take it off so I can see it. Dropped on the floor. It's okay. I can get it. Okay, last one. All right. With this fan off, let me show you really quickly how it's going to work. Then we'll plug it back up. Okay. Okay. So the fan looks like this when you plug it in, and it has a little thermometer. You can hear the fan. 8 decibels. 8 decibels of sound. I can crank it up. And there's a nice little breeze coming out of it. Turn them off. I'm going to keep it on the lowest setting because that'll just move plenty of air for me. But on the back, right here, we have a little probe plug. I'm going to plug the probe in right there. I can set on this, I can go into the menu, I can set whether there's alarms, I can set when it turns on, and at certain speeds it'll go faster or slower, as the case may be. But let's go ahead and just leave that in there like this. And let's reconnect it. Where's the power? Power is on this side. Okay. Remind me, power's on the right. Okay. What in the Sally port does that say? What? It says AC Infinity. Is that what you're talking about? It's the brand of the fan. Fan's $139, but it could save a $4,000 piece of equipment. So it's worth every penny. So the fan's locked in. Now let's go with our audio plugs. Next row down. Got to plug them in again. There's one. There's 2. Probably going to twist these up just a little bit, just so they're not all over the place. Like so. And I'll put a twisty on these to hold them together. Cable management, right? It looks so naked. Okay, it's good, it's good. All right. Before I can plug this in, I need to, this is the tricky part. There's like 3 pieces I have to put in all at the same time. And I don't have enough hands. So what I'm going to do is let's look at what the pieces are. These two trays are going to go like so. But to get them to plug in, we have to put this on top of it, because these plug into the back of those two. So let's see if we can move everything just a little closer. Let's bring this way. Get that out of the way. Make some room. So this is going to go right here in that order. We're going to have an HDMI plugged in here, and an HDMI plugged in here, like that. Then we'll take this cord off because I need a bigger one. This is a 1 foot cord. I'm hoping I have some 2 foot cords. There we go. A little bit better, right? Okay. There's one locked in. That is going to be my SDI in, which is goes to an SDI out over here. So that's going to be on this side. Right through here. Put this on port 4. Okay, it's locked in place. Now we need another longer cable. This is going to be from the SDI out on my bidirectional converter to an input on the switcher. This will probably, I think we'll keep it 4 as well, because we have input 4 and output 4 into the same box. It'll just be easier to remember. All right, 1, 2, 3. Input 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got it. Okay, so that's connected. Now, before we put all these in and screw them in, we're going to need the power for our fan. Which is not going to be able to be plugged in today, but I need to plug it in a little bit. This block is too big. It needs to be about that short to plug in, but I want to still use it. So I'm going to use a little dongle, which is like a power cord, but it fits that. And it's only a couple inches long. That'll let me mount that in the bottom. It'll all work without changing anything. We're buying a new power cord. So this goes in over here. Okay, so we have power. Set that aside for now. Now we have 2 USB ports here, right? Let's see, what's this one? That's a Cat 5. So we have some USB cables, I think, right here. Little tiny cute cables. So I have some better ones. Let's see. Oh, I've already got them installed. They're right here. So I've got two here. This first one is going to be there. And the second one is going to be here. Now we need Ethernet cable. This is crazy because at the end, I'm just going to be shoving all these cables in there, trying to make them all fit. And you can always replay the stream if you forgot something. Yes. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of short Ethernet cables, but they're too short. Oh, too short for what I need right now. So I have the same cables a little bit longer, another 10. I need at least one of those. That's going to go from this Ethernet port right here. This is where we plug in the internet, and it's going to plug into what's called the WAN. You know what? I might be able to use. No, I can't. It's going to go to the WAN port on our router, which is the wide area network port down here. Right there. That's plugged in. Now I'm going to need another long cord going from the back of the switcher. I can't see any light. To controls on this side. So I'm going to control the switcher with buttons, like my Stream Deck or my laptop. There's a nice satisfying click. That one's in. The other end of this is going to go down here in our switcher. There we go. Okay, two down. Now, need some short Ethernet cables. From our, nope, it's got to be long, sorry. All long from our streaming encoder. This is how the signal gets out to the YouTubes. That's going to go down here to our switcher as well. And another one, this is for control from our HyperDeck. Right there to our switcher. That's used up half of our switcher ports already. Okay. Fire department's here. Let's see, do I have any other Ethernet cords? I do. I'm thinking here. I think I want to use these cords as our power for my PTZ camera and the controller. If I do, They're going to be on this top row. Like that. I only have one. If I put one here, I can add one later. So here's the problem now. I now have to attach another one of these to the faceplate now that all the cables are attached, which is going to be a little bit tricky because I can't move it very well. Hey, greeners. I'm okay with that being permanent. All right. And another problem I still need. Oh, okay. Got some issues now. I remember the short screws and the long screw problem. Right. You guys can't see me very well. Okay. The short screw, long screw problem is reared its ugly head again. And I need to take the screws off this one. So taking it off isn't the problem. Putting it back on will be. There we go. So we have this one and whatever rolled under this bag. Nice. So 2 long screws right there. They'll go in here. Do we have a screw problem? Yes, we have a screw problem. Magnetic Phillips would be, yes, that sounds like a great idea. Sounds like somebody smart invented that and that I should probably use one. I probably have one somewhere. I just don't know where it is. All right. So this screw hole goes right up in here and through the rubber gasket. There we go. Good grab. Now we use our magnetic fingers. Hold this on the back over here in the right spot magically, which is right there. And then manage somehow to screw it in without it all falling out. Didn't work, but it hurts plenty. Okay, let's try this again. That one worked. Got it. Magnetic fingers for the win. Ryobi is not a sponsor. We can't feature their products prominently in the stream. Let's do another magnetic finger. I was just thinking because we're dealing with internet, it doesn't really matter which plug I use for the camera, which plug I use for the which plug I use for the controller. That didn't work. Because the router and the switcher, and as long as it's plugged into the internet, it will work. Doesn't matter which plug it's plugged into. The router will remember the IP address for each item. Ow! This does not feel good. Let's try this again. All right. There we go. Oh. Got it. A moment too soon. That hurts. Okay, so second Ethernet plug is plugged in. We use another Ethernet cable on the back here. Plug that into our router down here. It's port number 3. There's only 2 more left. Now we have to fix what we broke right here. I'm quiet. I'm trained to screw this in. Takes concentration and luck. There we go. Don't breathe. Don't breathe. Don't breathe. Go, 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 go. Oh, missed. I breathed. That was my fault. I apologize. Right there. Got it. There's 1. And 2. I think it's in place. Feels right. And it is. Oh, ow, that hurt. That worked. All right, so now, let's see. You guys are bad. You guys are all naughty. Trying to get rid of the junk as I'm finished with it. A big pile of it here. This is RA would be proud. Did buy a label maker, one of these little label machines, so I can label these, but it turns out the spot's not big enough for the tags. Not sure what I'm going to do there. All right, now you have 3 extra holes. See if there's anything else I need to plug in. Let's see, that's power there. This cable down here needs to power our bidirectional converter, like this. I think I will print those 3D things, Jim. I like that idea. Okay. Anything else that needs to be plugged in right now? I could plug in the monitors. Just don't know if I want to. All right. Let's mount this up, see what it looks like right now. To do that, we sort of have to pick up all of it at the same time, because it's going to go sort of like this. So all that sort of sits right there. This we're going to put up at the top. I think I need to mount the second one first. Oh, I'm gonna need this. I need this power cord. Thank you for reminding me, guys. Knew I was missing something. Somewhere in this mess, there's a cable right here. That needs to go. I'll just tuck it under here. It's gonna go up, around, in, upside down. Like so. Okay. This is our power supply for our for the power over Ethernet. So without that, it wouldn't work. That's important. All right. I think the best way to install this is actually flip it up on its face. So I'll put the cover back on for that to protect the face, and then sort of work from the top down. That way gravity's on my side. I don't have to hold it in place. So what we do is we just basically, it's easier said than done now that I mention it. So let's do this. Just gonna grab all that, flip it up. There we go. Okay. Hoping everything just stays connected magically. There's one. What is this? It's a power supply that needs to go under everything. Just reach that down. It's a little tricky, especially because you can't see what it looks like, but it's basically like a circus of flying monkeys is how it looks from up here. Okay, I need everything to be plugged in. Is my router plugged in? No. That's a problem. So down we go again. The router has a white power supply, which is right here. And it's going to go right in there. Okay, now it's plugged in. Now we can go back up. Need to hire 2 or 3 of you to come over here and hold this for me. So the old wrestling move, that worked. Okay. Good there. Let's find our rack mount screws. These are the ones. Screws for rails. That's what we need. Put the washers on so it doesn't damage anything and the screws hold tight. Got a little magnet holder there. Be good. Dinner will be delayed. Okay. So we're going to need 4 screws in each tray. Did I put the SDI plugs in already? Oh, they're on the other rack. Okay, we're good. All right, we have our 8 screws. Let's lock these trays down. No way. You were kidding me. Oh, I messed it up. That's why. I was going to say this, the trays don't fit, but I was off by one. There we go. There's one. There's 2. The other side. 3. 4. Okay, so 1 tray's in place. 1 more to go. Let's see. Anyone remember what this whole switcher contraption is called? I don't think we've decided on a name yet, but I'm not opposed to naming it. And if we do name it, we could put a sticker or a label on it so that everyone knows what it's called. Where's that power cord? Right there. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so our 2 trays are in place. Now I'm going to screw in, I'll show you here in just a second how this looks. To do 4 more screws, which means 4 more washers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking I probably should have built this as an 8U rack instead of a 6U rack, meaning there would be more space, 2 more slots for space in this, just because it's so tight. I mean, it's such a tight fit. I still have a lot of cables I need to put in there. Probably at least another 10 cables. I'm running out of space. All right, it's almost show and tell time. You're gonna see in just a second. Last screw. You ready? Let's see what we've got so far. So now our rack here on the back is looking a little bit better. We have our top rack of ports pass through audio in. We've got a USB-C here. We have Ethernet there, HDMI, another HDMI, two more USB-Cs, and the Ethernet here. So let's see, what was the Ethernet here for? Oh, these are both power Ethernet. Okay, I'm good. Now we still have one more rack space to fill up, and that's this right here. It's going to go right here, right? So it's going to cover up the remaining tiny little space, which there's not enough room for, so we'll have to adjust a tiny bit. Let's do that now. Just going to loosen it a tiny bit, let the trays sort of fall down by gravity, and retighten them. See if that fixed it. Yep. Now there's enough room. The last one's going to go right here. And that'll be sort of the finished look on the back end. And when it's all done, there will just be one power cord coming out the back. And this will be just a lot cleaner on the backside. So let's see how we want to do this. These are going to be video in. So now that I've filled up all the space, I need to run two more cables way back in there somewhere. So two more. These are 2 foot long cables. Should give me plenty of length. Wish they were actually only about 1.5 feet long. That would be perfect, but it is what it is. There's one. These are some really good cables. They're expensive, but they are really high quality. This will make sure that the camera doesn't glitch. You don't have little flashes in the stream and things like that. So we're going to take the first one here. Let's see. Gonna have to go by feel. One and two are open. So it's going to be over there. Okay. So this one's going to go up in here on the back of the switcher. Oh, that's a tight fit. That's going to be fun. Okay, maybe this way. You can feel where they're supposed to be, but now I just need to get the cable there. There's one. It's going to go on cable 2 right here. Okay. I have to rotate the collar on it until we get to the locking mechanism. Found it. Push it all the way on. And lock it down. Got it. Okay, there's one. I just need to repeat that process. Look at that. A big line on my arm where it's pushing against the metal. I need to do the same thing again. Find that same spot. And there it is. This is input number 1. Just going to be our main cam, probably the pan tilt zoom camera. We'll take the collar, found it, push it in, lock and twist. And it's done. Perfect. Now the other end of those is going to go on this. I'm probably going to, see, this is going to be 1, so it's going to be right here. Just connects like so. That's what I did inside there as well, just twist and lock. Greeners, thank you very much. Appreciate you, my friend. We're gonna hold off on all the other connectors for now, because this is enough to get started. So now we need some washers. Need some washers. There we go. Plenty of them. Threading a washer on a screw single-handed is a Olympic level sport, which I happen to be really good at. There's one in place. You want Verdict music, Greeners? This is a fun project. I really enjoy this. If you don't know, I love tech, right? So this is right up my alley. But it's a ton of work, and once it's built, it's one I don't want to tear into again and change very much. That's why I'm excited to have completely separate equipment from all my studio equipment, so I won't have to tear it apart and set it up for live streaming and then tear it apart again, set it up for a gig or court. Okay. 2 screws in place. Let's go ahead and lock those in. And the other one. 2 more and we'll be done. And by done, we're not actually finished. I still have to work with some power magic in there somehow, but or at least to the point where I think I can turn it on. All right. Woohoo! We just have 2 power cords coming out right now, so I'm going to go ahead and close those. And I think what I'm going to do is go get the cameras and show you guys how this works, so you can get a better feel for this. At least one of the cameras. Let's close all those. We're going to turn this around, fire it up. Pop the cover off. All right. Let's see how we did. Ready? Let's turn this a bit so you can see. Hit the power switch. One thing I like about the fan is the fan comes on even before I turn the power switch on. So it has always on power to the fan right now. And I think I might keep it that way. But all right, we have everything waking up. So let's bring up some pictures. There's that, there's this. It's all working. My fan. It's a little bit loud on high speed. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Let me run in the other room and grab a camera that we can plug into here and the controller so we can show you how this works. You should be able to hear me through all this as well. All right. Got a camera controller, camera, 2 Ethernet cables, and I'm going to need an SDI cable. Where do I have one of those? Is there a big one of those? It's tiny. Oh, I'll come back. I'll grab an SDI cable in a second. Maybe I can use one of the 2-foot red ones. All right. Our controller is right here. These controllers are ridiculously expensive and dusty. It's $1,000 for just this part right here. But without it, you can't use the camera. So we're gonna use an internet cable, an Ethernet cable right here. I'm gonna plug it into one of my ports that I have back on the back side. And it comes out right here. Nifty. And now I'm going to take my other internet cable, plug it into my other internet port on the back side that we just installed. And it comes out right here. So if I've done everything right and it all works, all I have to do is plug this Ethernet cord into my controller and it should turn on. And it did. So we have a screen, it's powering up. That's good. So let's grab the camera out. It's setting up, it's getting its IP address. IP. All right, here's our pan tilt zoom camera. These are expensive as well. And if I did everything right here, this camera will turn on when I plug this Ethernet cord into the back. So this would give me control and power. So let's see if that works. Wait for it. Still waiting. That's not a good sign. It's not powering up. So I know what I did wrong. I can tell you what I did wrong. Remember how I told you that was the port to plug the internet in if I wanted to plug it in? It can only be that. It doesn't have power out. If I were to unplug the port that's powering our switcher or controller right here and plug this in that same port, I'll have power. And you'll see right away the camera reacts. I can see the lights on in the back. It's going to do its little camera thing in just a second where it spins around a little bit. There we go. It's like a robot. Okay, so that means let's see. I think I can. I'll need to take this apart, is what that means, but I might be able to fix it in the near term. Maybe not. Tis a puzzlement. have an idea. Wait for it. I happen to have a spare power over Ethernet router. It looks like this. It's basically a larger version of what's inside this machine. I'm going to plug it in. I'm just going to add on to the network that we currently have, just to test the functionality. And then, of course, we'll have to fix it here in a little bit. So I'm going to take one of the Ethernet cords from the back that was working, plug our camera. Actually, I want to use that cord. So from the back, we're going to plug that into our switcher, this new one I brought in. And then we'll plug everything into the switcher, which is basically like plugging in an extension cord to your power outlet. So we're going to replug this one in. That should work. We'll give it a second. Yep, got power. Need one more internet cable. We're going to plug in the second cable to the router as well. And that's going to go to our controller. And it beeps, it's starting up. So now we have power on both, and they should actually see each other and be able to talk, so that when I move this over here so you can see, when I move the controller around, let's give it a minute. It's found the IP. Yeah. So now I can control the camera. Let me speed everything up. So now I can control the camera like this. Up, down. I can zoom in and zoom out. I can adjust the focus, everything. Now, this is how they run the cameras in court. The benefit of this is it's very subtle, right? You don't have to have a person up there with his arm around the camera, focusing and tilting the camera around. So, and this camera can look all over the place. Like, it can turn from over here all the way around over here. So practically an owl. It does have AI tracking, yes. I don't use it, especially for court, because what happens if the prosecutor's over here and he walks over right in front of the jury and the camera follows him? Now suddenly you're seeing the jury. So you can't do that. But I do have that ability to lock onto something that way. Okay. So now, next thing is to get this picture right here on the screen. So now I need another cable. That's like my motto. I need another cable. Cable we're getting right now is an SDI cable. And it needs to be long enough. Let's see. No, maybe. No. Still no. Yes. All right. It's not the prettiest cable, and this one is not a 4K cable, but that's okay. I'll make it work because it's short. So we have an SDI cable right here. I'm going to plug it into camera 1 input on the back. Lock that in place. And then we have an SDI port out on the back of this camera right down here. We plug into right there. So what does this give us? I can now see on camera 1 here, and I can take camera 1 by pushing 1 and cut. And so now I can see what that camera sees. I can zoom in and focus. So here's my view. I've got my iPad right here watching the live stream so I can watch chat a little bit bigger. And the camera over here. We can look around the kitchen a little bit and say, ooh, Deer Park Water, not a sponsor. You can look and see that I'm in the process of painting my door over there. There's still some blue tape on it. So this is good. This is good. I'm excited. Can you pull an RTSP link? Yes. Yes. What what were are you saying you want a link so you could watch? What are you looking for? Because what I have is I've got a HyperDeck, excuse me, a Blackmagic Design web encoder, and it can handle 4K. So this can send a signal anywhere. Just for streaming something like this and do OBS. Yes, but you can also do a couple other things. On the back of this switcher, we've installed a bunch of these little pass-through connections. And if you're going to do into OBS, because this is the standalone system, you're going to bring it into a computer. I can output 4K, 1080p, or 720p as a webcam from either this device or this device. I can do two simultaneous USB webcam out in that resolution. So I could, if you want to connect it physically, you could do it that way. If you want to do it over the internet, you can do it as well. You would send it to another ATEM switcher. You can send it to a streaming bridge, or you could get one of that works better as an input for OBS. Yeah, yeah. You can. I can get a URL output that I could push to here, and I could stream to anything. I can push to Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook, any custom address you want. Let's do the next step. Ready? We're not quite done. There's more to it. This is proof of concept. Obviously, we've got a little bit more to do. Next, we're going to grab our laptop. I'm going to show you some of the fun work that comes, especially when we're talking about our streaming encoder down here, which looks like, let's see. Let's see. Hey, it's me. Let me get the laptop. Let me show you what it looks like. All right. Got a laptop. We got another. Let's do Ethernet, right? There we go. There's a shorter Ethernet cable than those. All right, who took my short Ethernet cables? Fine, we'll just do a long one. All right, I'm coming. Hang on. All right, let's set aside some of this stuff. Have a laptop. We're going to do a couple different connections to test how this works. So one of the ways we can connect to the system is by USB-C. So I'm just going to plug this in over here, and then go to one of our USB-C connections on the back, Wow. And are we fired up? Let's check and see. So far, no. I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi. Let's see, was this the right one? Okay, now we've got power coming from this device that can actually power our laptop. That's good. You guys hear me right now? Test 1, 2. Yes, yes, yes. Test. Right. Okay. I don't know which one I'm connected to. Hold, please. Sorry. Oh, this is testing 1, 2. I think we're back. Thumbs up. Yep, we're back. All right. All right. No, I got a call from Simon's Family Farms in chat here. I just had to hook up. We're going to talk offline a little bit better, but I'm trying to tie into the network right now with my computer using the Ethernet cable plugged into. Oh, this is going to be tricky. How are we going to do this? If I plug this in, I need to install the other ports is what I need to do. I need to install some more network cables. Let me plug this in here and then grab the other end and run it into the web input, which I think should still pass through. Just not sure if it has visibility into it or not. Hold please. Let's see. This connects like so. I'm just not sure if it has isolated like the VLAN or something. I'm connected. It's now using my Wi-Fi for internet, but it reconnects to the other one. Let's turn off the cameras for a minute. Ready? Let's say, what if I were to connect straight into the network like a camera on the switcher? Turn off my Wi-Fi. I should lose my connection to my ATEM in my other studio, but I should also gain a connection to this ATEM. So let's see if that works. ATEM setup. There it is. I see the constellation. That's good. Oh, that looks like this on my screen. I know you can't see very well. Oh, you know what's weird? I still have control of the camera because it's been assigned an IP, and even though it's lost connection back to the main network, we've isolated the network with that, so it still works. So this camera is still fully functional. I can still use it and everything. Okay, that's cool. Let's go up here so you can see my face a little bit when I'm off screen. Okay. So now we're connected to our new ATEM. It's got the 20 channels. Let's go to our setup. We're currently configured for 1080p. I can bump that all the way up to 4K 60p. Hyperdeck. Do we have a hyperdeck on here? Let's search for one. Let's see, menu, hyperdeck, storage setup, sets. We have an IP address on here somewhere. Yes, we do. 192.168.191. Let's plug that in. We're connecting, and we've connected. So now the ATEM is connected both visually through a cable, like an SDI cable, as well as network-wise to my hyperdeck, which means I can remotely control recordings. This is important if I wanted to do so like to play a bumper, a little video or a little clip. I could have that saved on my hyperdeck, and using a macro, I could say play the clip, and it would play it from the hyperdeck, and it would do all the switching. It would cut to the hyperdeck, play, switch, and come back without a problem. So this is going to be input. Go to 2. Show me 2. Okay, nope. 4. 1. Okay. My hyperdeck coming back has got to be 3, maybe. Menu. 4. Oh, it's 4 for sure. Hyperdeck is 4. I can auto roll. Okay, now we need to tie into our streaming encoder, which let's take a quick look on its menu, see if it received an IP address as well. There's the setup. And it did. 192.168.223. See if we can hit it just with a web access. 92.168.223. Says not found, so it's not letting me hit it directly over the network. Connection priority Ethernet. It's got the DNS, the gateway, the MAC address, location, front panel, language. Okay. Okay, so I can send to the Blackmagic Cloud. I can send to YouTube RTMP. I can send to YouTube SRT, Facebook, Microsoft Teams, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Restream.io, Vimeo, Boxcast, Caster, Soup, Bill, Do You, Weibo, custom URL using H.264, a custom URL using H.2.65, which is why I bought this. So we can do all those things. Let's say we want to do YouTube, right? I can plug in my key, the passphrase. Let's go to the manufacturer and download the software that I can just tie in directly to it. Just 1 second. Be Blackmagic Design. Turn on our internet so we can get there. I'm going to disconnect from that just so it defaults to my Wi-Fi. Support. We want to do streaming and encoding. They have an update for Mac for the streamer. Nice. It came out a week ago. I love that they do this. Blackmagic is incredible for this. We're going to do download only. Not going to give them all our info. It's downloading. How big is it? It's half a gig. Not bad. Got a few seconds left. All right. Welcome all. Sorry, I'm nerding out just a little bit. But having a lot of fun with this system. There's so much it can do, and I'm just starting to scratch the surface with it. Okay, we've got our software. 3 more seconds. And it's done. So install. Install streaming. Agree to their license. It's going to take 1 gig of space. It's my fingerprint. It's right in the files. Just 1 second. Okay, it's done. Get rid of the install files. And let's fire this up. Going to plug in. Allow. Turn that off. We have the encoder. So now I've got the encoder pulled up on my screen like this. So I'll go full screen here. So I'm connected directly to the encoder, and I can go into the settings. It says there's an update available. This will take a few minutes, but remote updates are disabled. I can only change via USB. Okay, so what that means is I have to unplug and connect directly to it via USB, which is what we were trying to do before. But let's see, I think it's this one. Not seeing it. Let's try the other one. No streamer found. Hope I didn't disconnect this while I was pulling on the cables in there. Okay. It's not liking it for some reason. Get my light here. I don't know what I've done wrong. I'm so close. Probably going to pop off one of these racks so I can reach in there and check to make sure the cable's plugged in correctly and all the way. but I can't quite connect to my streamer to give it the like my keys, my streaming key, and everything else. Which I'd love to be able to do SRT to YouTube. All right. I forgot what else we were going to show you. It's up and running. It's up and running. So the idea that I can I can run a little camera remotely and plug it in. Oh, I don't know what I can do. Let me check and see if I've got a web feed from this, like in Zoom. Let's go to Zoom, or QuickTime actually would be a good one. I can just watch the monitor feed. Let's see, file, new movie recording. We're going to switch our input to whatever's available. That's interesting that it's not working. It's not passing the Ethernet, or not passing USB through either of these plugs, which is a little concerning, but not much. Let's see what this one is. What's this one? Mm-hmm. So many plugs. I definitely will need to label these. Okay, this one I'm getting power, so that's a good sign. All right, you guys back again? Are we back? Okay, we're just about done. We're just about done. This is all part of the show. Thank you. That was the car repair shop calling to let us know that that we're not going to have a car available tomorrow to pick up my son from the airport. It was supposed to be done yesterday, then it was supposed to be done today. Now it's going to be done on Monday. So we'll figure something out there. But so we're good. All right. Any questions for my next trick? I'm sorry. I'm terrible at doing this. Any questions or anything I can answer for you guys? I think I'm to a point where I'm fairly comfortable. I need to figure out with the USB why that's not working, because that's important. I need that to work. It's just not there. So probably gonna take the back off. If you guys want to watch, I'll keep working until Mrs. RA comes home. Yeah. Yes, Mrs. RA is not happy. She's we've got things tomorrow. I've got my son who's got a job interview in Raleigh. I've got another son who's flying into Raleigh a couple hours later. And sounds like we're going to be the whole family in one very small car for a lot of hours in Raleigh. By small car, it's big enough for all of us, but not for all of us and luggage. All right. Oh, man. I think if I take off this bottom plug, oh, I can just open the side. Okay. Tell you what, let's power. Let's not. I'm just gonna work around the other side. Is that all right? You guys can watch me on the other side. I'll turn the camera so you can see a little bit. I'll even bring the other one so I can read your comments. All right, we're gonna open up this side. Oh, Mrs. RA is home. Hey, we're live, just so you know. Okay, this gives me a little more reachability. USB cables are plugged in well. Now we just have to follow them to their destination. This one is where? I think Mrs. Ari is going to be super happy in just a minute because I am using her counter. Hey, how are you doing? Great. So yeah, we're just about done with the project for today because you need the counter. You see if I can get this one cable plugged in right here. Might fix everything, at least briefly. These hands are like 3 sizes too small for this. I don't have them. Okay, there's. It's like a ballet dance. I need to stand on my head while juggling to make this thing work.
That's what ballerinas do.
No, but got it put together, and it's staying remarkably cool. 96 degrees. That's great. I could probably even trim the sand down. Okay, guys, what's the plan? Maybe Mrs. Ari won't notice. She's noticed. She's here. See, JMR says Unilook 4 megapixel PoE IP dome camera, wired IP security camera, outdoor, indoor, 100-foot night vision, microphone, IK10, IP66. That's waterproof. That's important. Outdoor. 2.6 millimeter wide angle lens, not PTZ, NDA compliant. It's a good outdoor security camera. It's power over Ethernet, so it just connects with one little cable. Huh. Okay, here's what needs to happen. Well, while you all are working, I'm going to try to wrap this up. Okay, guys, I'm back. Here's what's going to happen. I'm crooked though. I'm going to have to take this apart again. I need kids' hands to get in the tight spot, but it's difficult. I need to figure out why the USB is not working on the ATEM because it appears to be connected correctly. I was able to connect to it previously directly, and that should work. You know what? Wait. Let me connect through my router over there. Just let's plug this one in again, like so. And then let's plug this
Oh. Okay. I'll do something on the printer. Thank you.
over here. Let's go through this. All right, now we're connected. Connected to the ATEM. Let me go into the settings. It is configured to allow administration over USB and Ethernet. Let's see.
Got it? Mm-hmm. Joe. See if I can connect to the streamer now. Now I can connect to the streamer as well. See if we can update. Can only do it via USB. Let me change my settings to allow. I have to connect to it via USB directly to change it to allow it over Ethernet. Okay. But man, live stream audio, 16 channels of embedded audio. That's just cool. All right. You guys, it's been fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm sort of got to beat my head against the wall a little bit and let the bruising go down and then the thinking begin, because I've got to figure out why USB won't work. I'll tear it open, connect directly to it. If that does work, it'll be fixed and be wonderful. At least I can connect to it now, so I know everything else works. But thanks for sticking with me this afternoon. Wasn't court watch, but it's helping us get to a point where we can watch court, where we're the only people there. So wiggle the joystick again. Maybe that'll fix it. Yeah. All right. I think I've stalled long enough. Mrs. Ari is almost done putting the groceries away. Can I show them your grocery run? Let me show you what happens here. So we get 60 eggs at a time. That's some Hawaiian rolls. Jiffy muffin mix. mac and cheese, black beans, tomato sauce, food of the gods. Got some frozen stuff. Oh, we got more mac and cheese coming. A whole bunch more mac and cheese. Some frozen foods. These are good. My favorite right here. Look at this. Spinach artichoke dip. This is good. Good stuff. Some granola. My son's favorite food. Some pasta. This is the world's worst salsa. Only because it ferments so fast.
Let's see.
Asparagus, chicken,
What's that?
and oh yeah, gotta get the 8 gallons of. That's important too. Sweet. All right, that's all. Yeah, I've got pickles. So I'm gonna clean up this mess, and you guys, it's the weekend, so hope you guys have some great plans. What kind of oven do you have? Sorry. I think it's a gold series. It's a Samsung. I don't know. It's a gas oven on top, and it's a dual oven down below. So it's all gas. So we got, it might be a Whirlpool. Maybe we got Samsung on the fridge and Whirlpool on the. Yeah, it's Whirlpool. It's down there. So. And how wide is it? How wide is our oven? It's just standard width, I think. Turkey width. All right, guys, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Thanks for working with me as I tried to put this together and made some progress. I think that's all. Gonna catch you guys on Monday. You guys be good to each other and be safe. We'll see.